Our topic is the impurity of the mind is removed by Karma Yoga. All the impurities, if we do not act, means what? If I do not express my thought, feeling, and emotion in my behavior, means action, purity of the mind will not take place. I fought with you, and then I lie down on the bed, and then I say, I'm sorry, Sophie. It is not working unless I express directly to the Sophie. No, I'm really sorry. I've done a mistake. Normally we say, no, I was feeling so much, so bad about it. I became angry. I talk to the third person. I do not talk directly to that person. And that is normally happens in relationship in the family. I know you all have experiences, so what should I tell you? So the impurity of the mind can only be removed by karma. That is, karma means the action. Yoga means the mental state and the attitude. I have to change my attitude. First, inside, I have to think, reflect on it, and then I have to express it. One woman who does not attend my Mondays and Thursdays group session, why? She has a big ego. Why? Because she has to share her experiences. And it becomes very challenging to her. I know, but I don't say anything. So what happens, now see the beauty of the journey of Eastern wisdom. Before I start the session, I'm grateful to my master who passed on this wisdom to me, and I'm passing on this wisdom to you. So what happens, the very mental state is ready. It is changed. So you need not to teach, you need not to speak out of the ego. The same thing we should. No, I'm talking to my honey after all. Honey means that I love and I have respect. I don't think in that way. My mind keeps on thinking differently, and outwardly I express differently. That becomes a hypocrisy, and if it continues the impurities of the mind. Now, just daily life example. So, consistent, regular, committed study and the practice is required to bring about a change. Yeah, changes come, but ultimately, if our goal is awakening, self-knowledge and realization, then we have to continue the journey. Otherwise, 1 minute of instant meditation or mindfulness doesn't work that way. We say 1 minute of mindfulness. Buddha spent 7 years in the journey. And we say 1 minute. We have accumulated so many impurities. So when we practice Karma Yoga, it reduces the impurities and cultivates the purity of the mind. When we so that is what we will discover step by step, that how this Karma Yoga works. It brings a sense of equanimity and dispassion in the mind. It takes your mind away from the likes and dislikes. A sense of restlessness goes up. Anywhere, everywhere. You are just like a king inside. King means king of peace and happiness and the joy of it. I went to a car dealer to lease car. My lease is expiring. Do you like the car? I said, I like the car. So are you buying the car? I said, no, unless you reduce the price. No, but you like the car. I like so many things, but I don't have it. Instant, you should be very casual and normal in worldly affairs. So you're not buying. I said, no, I'm not buying. Unless you bring down the price to this level, and here is the logic behind it. So don't get carried away. So when you get carried away, there is another impurity of the mind. No, we use the word, I get carried away. By emotion, by a thought, by a particular possession, or by having this. Another point in the purity of the mind is a sense of forgiveness is there. I'll leave this, incident happens, always happens. A sense of forgiveness should be there, but at the same time, a sense of contentment is also there. You are relaxed. So I asked myself, can I do without this car, this particular brand car? Yes, I can do it. So I have to think and contemplate and reflect over these small issues. So when whatever is the mental state, we express it outside in the behavior, it becomes a karma yoga. We say yoga, karma yoga. Here, yoga is a mental state and karma is action. So what happens when you live, think, speak, and act in karma yoga? Our mind is always calm and relaxed and focused. Always relaxed, focused. It doesn't drive your mind to the laziness, procrastination. They are removed. A sense of focus is maintained. Just pick up couple of things that makes you understand it clearly. The purity of mind, equanimity is there in the mind, mental state, being calm and balanced in all the situations. Dispassion is there. Judgmental mind is not there. Dispassionate mind is there. Judgmental mind. Judgmental means I like you, I dislike you. You have good points, that's why I like you, otherwise I hate you. Judgmental mind is not there. Dispassionate mind is there. Sense of contentment is there all the time. All the time. Forgiveness is there. Compassion is there. Focus is there. Self-control is there. Self-control. Because the mental state is in that. Mental state is totally under your charge. Now, just do the opposite. What are the impurities of the mind? Anger, agitation. A sense of irritation is there. How many times you are irritated with near and dear ones who live continuously with your family? It is not the problem with your honey, it is the problem of impurity of your mind. It is the problem of impurity of your mind. It has nothing to do with anyone. Any situation, any person. Greed, repeat desire, lust. They also causes the impurity in the mind. Ego, envy, restlessness is there. Restlessness is always because of the ego. That is how our Eastern wisdom defines. And a sense of attachment is there, and laziness. All these causes the impurities of the mind. So once you understand the symptoms, just see the other point of view. The symptoms of the impurities of the mind. You feel as if you will be tired. The sense of restlessness is there. Sense of irritation is there. Sense of anxiety is there. Sense of fear is there. These are known as the impurities of the mind. And once it is replaced by a dispassionate mind, fearlessness, calmness is there. There is a problem, I have to solve it. Finished. I'm hungry, that is a problem. You go to the kitchen and take your food. Problem is solved. Same way, you see all the challenges of your life in that manner. Are you getting it? You see all the challenges the way you are hungry, you go to the kitchen and eat food. That's the problem of hunger is there. So you think in a right manner. There's something is popping up in my mind. So you think in a right manner means our masters say that we we have not been trained, we have never trained our mind. Our mind lives with untraining, without training, how to think and speak and act in the world. So the impurities of the mind is nothing but the untrained, uneducated mind. Normally, what happens, normally, you are watching a movie and then you have tears in your eyes and your honey says, how good is my honey? She has tears. No, this is the impurity of the mind. You are watching a movie. Unnecessary. So people, start hugging, look at this, how kind he or she is. So, no, problem is you got carried away by the emotion that you are watching. It is a plot. You should know. It is only a film. It's only a movie. So we get carried away then. And the people praise and appreciate you. Look at this, how emotional, touchy, and sensitive people. You are so much touchy. Touchy. You are not touchy, you are not sensitive, you are crazy. We should be aware. We should be aware. You don't have an emotion. Yes, I have an emotion of love, respect, and affection towards everyone. Yes, I have. I have an emotion. So we use those emotions, and that's why, one guy or girl, I don't want to tell that person does the session, and that person is a recognized psychotherapist. So that person told me I'm very sensitive and touchy. I said, which things makes you touchy? I will start touching you. So, but after attending almost now, it has been 4 months now. Person is very happy, I have stopped taking sleep medication. I have stopped taking anxiety medication. And the person is a psychotherapist. This is the power of this Eastern wisdom. Understanding clearly that purity and the impurity of the mind helps you to take you away from that. I will talk in detail about this purity and impurity of the mind in a different way so that it goes. So that is what, unless the purity of the mind takes place, we cannot succeed in higher meditation. That is very clear. That is what our masters very clearly say that impurity, for my own sake, not for the sake of others. I am talking out of love and affection and respect to you all, not because of you, but because of my own sake. I have to take care of my mind. Once you have that understanding and that intention all the time, come what may, the guy is crazy in front of you, the guy is lovable in front of you, but you don't lose your calmness. That is the purity of the mind. That is what the purity of the mind is. So our masters used to say that we should have a firm abidance in the purity of our mind, for my own sake, not for the sake of others. If I have a purity of mind for the sake of others, and impurity lives inside, I'm a hypocrite. See that? See, hypocrisy will not work here. Because I have to find out, I am discovering my real nature. So the mental purity plays a very important role in the discovery of the self, but also what happens? You get out of the anxiety, you get out of the laziness, you get out of the fear before you discover yourself. So there are a lot of changes in your behavior, in your attitude, in your expression takes place. That makes you a seeker, and the seeker always succeeds. Sick. So this purity of the mind is utmost importance, because not only because it brings about the changes in my behavior, attitude, in my daily life, in my personal life, in my professional life, in my social life. And the people will definitely notice. They will ask you, oh, what are you doing? And then you can direct them to my sessions. No, I'm just joking. so that is going to happen. I told you I have a relationship with people who met me 30 years ago. They are still with me. It is because that you have such a correct, you have a right perception of the things outside in relationship. Now this girl I was talking about, this woman, it does not attend the session, so I take it casually. I send the audio file. Okay, you go on attending or you don't listen to it. What difference it makes? But I am fully aware, as long as you are not dropping your ego, nothing is going to happen. So what is going to happen to this girl? Oh, it may take another 10 years to change her. After 10 years, she will realize. That is why the people who met me 30 years ago said, you told me this thing 30 years ago, but I have changed now. I says, whose fault is this? Is it my fault or your fault? I told you the same thing. Yes, with a different expression. With every talk is more or less is extempore. So I taught you yes, sir, you taught me the same thing, but it did not go into my head. Couple of more things to understand. I told you Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga here means a mental state, a mental attitude. All our actions are coming from that mental state, mental attitude. We all know. So if I don't change my mental attitude, say I have an irritation while giving a session, so I will become irritated on any damn thing what you are doing. Even if you start scratching your head, I will get irritated. No, you can scratch your head, me, no problem. So you see that mental attitude. So that's why you see, and mental attitude inside and behavior outside. That is what the Karma Yoga is. So every attitude brings a specific expression, and that expression is nothing but action. The way you communicate, the way you talk, and you are hiding something, the people will know it. No, I appreciate you. So your expression, your tone of saying that will make other people understand. So that changing that inner mental attitude is very, very important. And that attitude will not change if the impurity of the mind is there. So hence what we say, purity of the mind is necessary. The quality of my action, behavior depends on the state of my mind. A disturbed mind leads to a flawed action. How simple it is. So that is what the Karma Yoga, purifying the mind through that attitude in the mind and expression outside. So you see that if the actions are done with the ego, with the expectation, with an attachment, it creates mental impurity. It creates a mental impurity. That's why I was giving a talk about the car. I said, no, I need a car. But it doesn't mean that, what the car I like, I will go for it. But that liking is not an obsession. That liking is not a greed. Understand? We like so many things. So let us have it. If you have the resources, whatever you like, but liking should not become an attachment, an obsession, and a craving. So we can use the word excessive liking that disturbs my mind is an impurity. Otherwise, liking is good. I like Miss Universe. Don't go further. Don't go further. Liking beauty. Yeah, beauty is there. So your mind remains very happy, very relaxed. So that is the meaning that you are performing an action selflessly. You are performing. You appreciate what is good in life. What is beauty? What is happiness? Yes, we appreciate it. But it does not create a grooves in the mind which leads to attachment, craving, obsession, and a long list. What is going to happen? Gradually, that particular attitude in the mind is going to reduce your mental impurities gradually. So you are aware. Again, I'm talking about this is a dispassionate mind. I will go to another dealer to find the car. So he looked at me, but you like the car? I said, yes, I like the car. I still like the car. So he was not ready to reduce the price. Now the car prices have gone up. And I'm aware of it. So I calculated everything. What should be the exact price from 10 different sources. I talked to one of my friend who lives in New Jersey, who finances these houses, mortgage, and he gave me the formula. This is the formula. If you find the score, find out that how much is the price they are asking per month, and if the score is 1.1, it's a good deal. And if the score is more than 1.1, it's a bad deal. So the score was coming 1.5. What I say that ignorance causes lot of problem. I don't know, and then I am cheated. And that ignorance lives in the mind, it causes the impurity. I'm linking all these things. That is why we say the purity of the mind is essential in order to reshape your personality, your attitude, your behavior. And what is that secret? The secret is the Karma Yoga. And once you do the Karma Yoga, you get rid of the negative emotions. You have increased focus. You have a sharp memory. You have an inner peace. You have reduced restlessness. You acquire an ability to remain balanced in all the situations in your life. That is the beauty of, very clearly, we will go and understand deeply this purity, impurity of the mind. What are the three main factors which causes the impurity of the mind? and ultimately it makes our life hell. We'll talk about it. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and just be. So find out the most comfortable position of your body. Most comfortable position. The way, because I gave you the total liberty. I'm not asking you to sit in that posture or stand on one foot. No, I'm saying you find out the most comfortable position of your body. Looking at the neck joint being there, feeling the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Looking means mind is looking at the shoulder joints being there, feeling the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Looking at the entire body. This looking is just an awareness. It is a state of doing nothing. We are checking the mental state and the attitude. The mind is working on the mind. That is what is being comfortable is. And then being carefree. I have given the example, the birds are flying in the sky. Does not touch the sky. Same way, our mind has one deeper layer of the mind remains untouched by any thought. That is what we call an observer mind. What about the thoughts? Thoughts is observed, known. What is that? Observer is the knower. How? The way you stand across the road watching the traffic, same way you are standing, you are aware. Thoughts are coming and going like a traffic. Let them come, let them go. Good thought, bad thought, like thought, dislike thought, any thought. That is very important point to be understood. If we are not carefree, no meditation succeeds. So sometime you have a lapse in being carefree. On that given day, you share your experiences and I understand it. So in the state of the sensation, comfort and steadiness and being carefree, let us go for the mantra Asato Ma Sat Gamaya. Mentally you should also say Asato Ma Sat Gamaya. Asato Ma Sat Gamaya. Moving from false to the real. So we just keep in our mind. Why to keep in our mind? To change that attitude. So what to keep in the mind? The properties of false versus the properties of real. Anything that is changes, dependent, have birth and the death, comes under the false. Now you see that you loosen the hold of the fear in your mind. Oh, body is constantly changing. It has birth and death, but I'm not the body. That idea settles in your mind, minimizes the fear and the anxiety and irritation. You may not believe it, but if you contemplate and reflect daily, you will have an experience of that. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Simple meaning moving from ignorance to wisdom, ignorance to knowledge. What ignorance does? So we equate the ignorance like a dust on the mirror. We equate the ignorance like in a dim light you see the snake, but that is not a snake, it is a rope. So you see, that is what the ignorance lives in the mind. So by knowledge we can remove it. That is the journey. So what that ignorance causes us? Fear, anxiety, restlessness, duality, conflict. Mrityurmamritangamaya. 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 Where is the meaning? Mortality to immortality. Your standpoint, where your I is standing. If the I is standing inside the body, settled in the body, then that I-ness claims I am the body, and the body has to die. But my mind struggles, that I ego struggles that the body should not die. So obviously there has to be a conflict, fear, and anxiety. But when I recognize that I am different and separate from the body, I am of the nature of the real self, and that is the pure consciousness. Now that I is settled in the consciousness. No, that is it is so easy. Yes, if you feel that it is so easy, settle into that I-ness. It is not so easy, and that is why we have undertaken the journey of the self-discovery. But yes, that is the finest principle. That is why we say from mortality to immortality. When I is settled in the consciousness which is all pervading, I recognize that I am not subjected to the birth and the death. I am not subjected to the change. So you see that you have irrigated your mind, if I use the word, by these three steps. And now we will use another way to purify the mind. You're looking inside the forehead in the space. Keep looking into the space and then start breathing. Quick and short breath through both the nostrils into your chest, and continue breathing. So what you recognize the changes. If there any resistance comes from the mind, it is because of the impurity of the mind. You all are seekers now. So if there any resistance comes, endure it. What is the meaning of endure it? Keep doing it. Keep the body steady. Continue breathing deep, silent, and no, not deep, silent, but chest breathing, quick and short, gentle breathing, paying attention to the paying attention to the space inside the forehead. Continue breathing. We are doing it for a little longer period to check our level of endurance and also the resistance. If the mind is posing a resistance, I would better suggest you at this stage keep on doing it. Don't allow the mind to win. You have to work on mind. And now stop breathing, allow the breath to be normal, and we take care of the changes that is taking place with the right perception. What is that? You move the mind on the head and the neck. If I use the word, can you allow the mind to touch the skin of the head and the neck? Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Feel and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Awareness of the middle portion of the body, from the shoulder to the waist. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves on the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the left leg from the left side of the waist to the toes. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the entire body from the top of the head to the toes and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So your mind should be clearly aware that this sensation, relaxation, and stillness has come from within. This is not dependent on anything outside. This is not dependent on anything outside. Now you are aware of the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. One thing, it is inside. So first is the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And then your mind is more aware of within you. And then you can clearly feel and watch the incoming and the outgoing breath. That is why we did the previous steps to reach to this state. So you can also see that your mind can continue to be aware of the incoming and the outgoing breath. What is the main point? If the impurity of the mind persists, it will change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That is why I say it. So now you see that outer disturbances, no. Body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness in that state. And then you are aware of the breath that is going in and out. But now that there is another mind still jumps from one thought to the other. So to replace that thought, what we do? We drop Om Shanti. Just pick up the mantra Om Shanti. Any thought goes in, no, any breath goes in, Om Shanti, breath comes out, Om Shanti. That is that is what we need to do. But here is a catch. Where is the catch? When any thought enters into your mind is distracted from the breath, and you superimpose Om Shanti on that thought. Oh, thought of taking a cup of tea comes and you say simply Om Shanti, superimpose. Again it comes Om Shanti. Now that thought has gone. Bring it back to the breath and see what happens. The body lives into that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness that prevents the outer disturbances to take over the mind. Clear? Now you're looking at the breath inside, incoming and outgoing breath. That is also clear. And then you drop, if any thought comes, Om Shanti. So now what is one thing is very common. If any thought comes, you superimpose Om Shanti on that thought and wait. The thought leaves you. And when the thought leaves you, bring it back on the breath. The breath goes in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences and bring the hand. We will share our experiences. Yes, how are you, Sophie?
I am good, Girish, but I had a lot of, like my mind wanted to go see these images, and then I had to bring it back, and then I had a lot of going like this. But I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, it indicates that, we can understand in a general way that how our mind carries the past impressions.
Yes.
So during the practice of the meditation, it digs any of the impressions and that it does not want to leave. So there we demand an endurance and a consistent practice to change it.
Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, every experience gives us an understanding. How you meet? She disappeared.
I can't get on.
No, it's okay, but I can hear you. Laptop is
Can you hear me?
Yes, laptop is a problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That was a beautiful experience for me, and it felt like the kind of culmination of the many sessions we've had over these last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I know that I want to listen to it again, and probably again.
Yes. Yes, that is really good point that you have to listen to it again and again.
Yes.
Very good. So I had one thought. So if I believe that you have been downloading these audio files and keeping it, because every year I clean my drive.
Oh.
So all these audio files will be lost. So still we have how many? Today is 14th. Still we have 17 days. If you want to download all those files, you can download it. That's your property. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. It was pretty restful. Not very many extraneous thoughts, so I didn't have to use Om Shanti very often.
Very good. 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 And you already last time you shared your experiences that superimposition was a good point in you. You always superimposed Om Shanti and you lived into that state of calmness and emptiness. So, yeah, that is really good. So wonderful. Thank you very much. But please, again, I'm saying, download all the files. It will be by the next year, 1st of January. Because why it happens? Let me just first